Good afternoon. My name is Jim Conlan, and welcome to the latest episode of our entertainment show. As you know, in part three of our entertainment show each week, we premiere a new TV series or movie that is debuting in Ireland and the UK this upcoming month. And up for discussion this week is a new TV series that hits our screens here on Channel Raku this upcoming next week or so here in Ireland and the UK. It's called Slip. It features an all-star cast, really, including Chris Backus, Dylan Taylor, Emma Hampshire, Laura Collins, Amar Chadha Patel, and Whitmer Thomas. It's based really on a woman that who works in an art museum. She's living with her boyfriend for 13 years, Elijah. She has a one-night stand, and she wakes up and finds herself married to the person that she had the one-night stand, and her ex-husband has sort of disappeared from existence. She's been also almost transported to a parallel universe sort of such as well. Lily, Slip, how excited are you to be involved in it? And tell me that sort of intro, that theory, is that basically the plot of Slip, or is it a bit more to it than that in terms of time-traveling affairs?
Well, hi everyone. It's so nice to be here. You summed it up pretty perfectly. It really is about this character named May. She works in an art gallery, and she has a best friend character who is a very important anchor and through line in the story as well, played by the wonderful Tamika. And everything that you said has been perfect. I'm afraid that if I speak any more on the matter, I will give spoilers, so I'm just not going to. So I will go back to your first questions about how excited I am to be involved in something like this. Zoe Lister-Jones is a phenomenal filmmaker and just a very, very kind and generous person on set. And being an actor and a director and the creator of the show, she really understood how to work with different actors. She's one of the best directors I've ever worked with, and really runs a very, very cohesive and very creatively supportive set. So it was an honor.
And Lily, in terms of Zoe Lister-Jones, obviously she plays the lead character, May Cannon. Are you, dare I say, are you part of the previous world, or are you part of the new world, or how does your character tie into the Zoe's character, May Cannon?
Oh, I think I have scenes with Zoe. Yeah. That's all I can say.
Okay, so in terms of the premise, and it's an interesting concept, the concept of falling asleep, and dare I say, waking up in a sort of a parallel sort of universe as well. Do you almost once get the sense of feeling that maybe that this is maybe that she hasn't woken up, that she believes she has woken up, or is it a concept, I've seen the trailer in this, or is it a concept that this is the case, that she has time traveled?
I don't think it's about time travel. Honestly, you've summed it up very, very well, based on what you said and based on the trailer. That really, I have nothing more to speak about it, because I am terrible at this. I will give away spoilers, and it's just best to. I have scenes with her, and it's a very, very fantastic show. That's all I can say.
And is there scenes of sexual nature, a sort of a graphic nature in terms of concepts, in terms of the whole thing about a woman's orgasm, in terms of the stimulating point? From what I've seen from the trailer, it sort of is the sort of, dare I say, the transportation for her in terms of this sort of this different sort of jumps that she sort of has in terms of that. So are we dealing with very sort of adult, grown-up sort of concepts, or is this a show that could be viewed as a family show, or does it have maybe an older sort of rating towards it?
Oh, I think you'd have to be older than 18. I mean, that's my personal preference, though. But I've also been to movie theaters where parents have taken their kids, and I've thought, oh, that's a choice.
And Lily, are we dealing with sort of serious emotions and themes in terms of love, heartbreak, the real sort of the dating world of the mid-20s, the mid sort of 30s? Is that the sort of bracket that these people are living within this movie? Is it sort of that sort of time frame, the 20s to the late 30s bracket?
Yes, I believe so. And it does deal with real love and real emotional involvement when it comes to, you know, the love that we feel for other people around us, whether it be friends or relationships, family, anything like that. The emotional life in every character is very real.
And is there any sort of sinister elements to this movie in terms of people with, dare I say, not the best intentions, or is it really much, dare I say, not a rom-com, but say a serious sort of adult sort of teen sort of story that you would see, or are there other sort of backstories going on apart from the principal character?
Yeah, there are definitely other backstories going on, and I mean, I wouldn't call it a rom-com, even though there is romance and comedy in it. I think the comedy is very it's dark, it's dry. You know, it does make you feel good, but it's not something that I would say it's cathartic, but I wouldn't say it's like a feel-good show or anything. You know, there's elements of real struggle, I think.
And Lily, in terms of production now, in terms of shooting Slip, how did the opportunity come about for you to get cast in the role of Vanessa? Was it the normal sort of talent agent auditions, maybe the first round through Zoom, and then obviously passing that, and then in-face auditions, or was this done during after the COVID period, or in terms of Slip, how did the opportunity come about for you to get involved?
I had heard of actors around me who were getting auditions for this project, and I was very curious about it. So I just looked her up, and you know, I watched her previous movie that she wrote and directed and acted in, and I really liked it. And then I got an audition, and I was very, very excited because after watching the movie, it was very evident that she's a very talented filmmaker. So I did a self-tape, and then a little bit of time went by and I got a call for a Zoom call back with Zoe. And we just chatted a little bit. And afterwards came the news that I had gotten the part of Vanessa, which was really exciting.
And obviously, Slip now can be seen internationally and globally. It's gone to a very audience throughout the world. How exciting is it for you that it's gone past its original base in Toronto, Canada? And we're seeing an awful lot of projects now being shooted in Toronto, Vancouver, Ontario. They're not really sci-fi anymore. It was always Canada was known as the sci-fi country, the capital of the world in terms of projects, but we're seeing an awful lot more different sort of themes and genres coming out of Toronto and Vancouver these days.
Yeah, it's really great. There's a lot going on in Toronto. I don't spend a huge amount of time in Vancouver, but I know that there's a lot going on there too. It was great to be shooting in my hometown. You know, a lot of the locations I knew very well, and it's just nice to see my hometown in a show, an international show. And this had the good fortune of premiering at South by Southwest, which is a really, really great film festival. So April 21st, I'm very excited.
Yeah, and obviously April 21st here is shown being on Channel Raku here in Ireland. Tell me, Lily, in terms of the production of the show, in terms of shooting an episode now, was it normally, say, a 5-day sort of turnaround in terms of shooting an episode, or were you sort of in various scenes or sequences where you might only have to be maybe in there for 2 or 3 days a week?
I think I had a different schedule than everyone else because I was actually shooting a different show at the time that was quite demanding. and it was something that I was a lead of, so I was on set every day. So I had actually only done, they worked out a really great schedule for me where I could travel between one small town and then Toronto for both shows. There was, I think, maybe 2 instances where I did night shoots. So I did the daytime shoot, and then I would get into the car and then go and shoot the night scene, and then I would come back in the day and shoot the other show. But that's just so my schedule was very different from everyone else's, I think. But I think a lot of actors go through that, and there was no way I was going to give up the opportunity of working with Zoe. So I just made sure that it worked with my schedule.
A busy time for you, I imagine. No sleep, Lily Gow, in those sort of days. Lily, before we came on air, you mentioned another sort of movie that might be coming our way here in Ireland and the UK involving yourself later on in the year. You might enlighten our viewers and our listeners about that.
Yeah, it's this really, really interesting movie called Dream Scenario. So the writer-director, his name is Christopher Borgley, and he makes very, very, very interesting movies. I watched his previous shorts. They're so good. I love the way he works, and it's going to be an A24 movie, so that's always really exciting. I love the work that they produce. Yeah, it's called Dream Scenario. So I don't know when it's going to come out, but I think they finished shooting it maybe in December. So that's all I know.
And Dream Scenario, is it, without giving too much away, is it an action sort of movie? Is it a drama? Is it a futuristic sort of movie?
It has elements of all of that. I can't really explain.
Okay, no problem. Lily Gow, so for the final 30 seconds, you might enlighten all our viewers, all our listeners, why they should tune in here in Ireland to Channel Raku on April 21st to see yourself playing the role of Vanessa and Zoe Lister-Jones as May Cannon in the new hit TV series Slip. Over to you, Lily.
I think the reason people should tune in is because Zoe has a very authentic way of casting. She really leaves the floor open for what the actor feels like is right for the character, because the characters are often very similar to the actor, and she casts in a way that just puts a lot of trust in the actor. So I found being on her set was very natural, and everything felt very authentic to who I am and the different characters that I created. And because of that, I think there was just a general large amount of love on her set, and I could even see it in the trailer. So that's one thing I'm looking forward to seeing.
On that note, Lily Gow, for me, Jim Conlan, pleasure speaking to you there today in terms of promoting Slip. Can be seen on Channel Raku on April 21st. No doubt many seasons to come in terms of what is going to be an exciting concept, a real exciting theory. And we're going to really get to explore and see your character, Vanessa, shine throughout the 2 years. But for the moment, for me, Jim Conlan, to you, Lily Gow, stay safe, take care, and God bless.
Okay, thank you so much for the time, James. Have a good day.